Hey everyone, what is going on? So we have more Jungle Cup battles, and again, I'm just using some of my favorite Pokemon. I tend to use these three Pokemon all the time: Noctowl, Vigoroth, and Lantern. It just seems like that's the best combination, at least for me, and in terms of what I like to use. Now, we will be trying out other Pokemon, I do promise you that, but I don't know how they'll do, but we'll be using them probably within the next couple of videos or whatnot, different types of Pokemon. But yeah, I mean, these three definitely going to be on my team, probably going to be on everybody's team, if not most people's teams. And yeah, I just use them all the time. I just feel like they're safe to bring. I mean, you have the Lantern to counter Alolan, Graveler, and Geodude, not Geodude, Graveler and Golem, or Geodude, you know, if you come across that. It counters Noctowl, you know. Noctowl covers the grass Pokemon like Venusaur. It also covers, you know, other Pokemon, obviously, you know, and whatnot. You know, Vigoroth covers, it's just good in general. I mean, it has that counter, and it gets the body slam super fast. It could put in work against other Pokemon. It could spam those body slams and whatnot, you know. So these three Pokemon I definitely use all the time, and I know you guys know it, so I don't really have to. But I just use them just because they're so good. I mean, even when I go in with a team of 6 or whatnot, I feel like I'm always going to bring these three Pokemon with me. Now, of course, that might not always be the same, but you know, it all depends what my opponent's playing, and you know, they could have a different team or whatnot, which might cause me to bring another Pokemon. Like in this case, I'm bringing Beedrill with me. But anyway, we do go ahead and switch out that Beedrill for Vigoroth right now. Vigoroth is going to get off that Body Slam, and we have enough for another Body Slam, so we're just going to spam Body Slams back to back. Another reason why Vigoroth is just so good, isn't it? You know, hits me with the Earthquake. I do go ahead and block because I knew I could finish off that Fortress with counters, so that's what we do. And now we go ahead and get off a Body Slam, which will be met with a shield, and then she'll be able to take us out with that Vigoroth. Bringing in that Beedrill, getting off a Sludge Bomb right now, doing a good amount of damage to that Vigoroth. Now, as I said, I like using those three Pokemon, but we are throwing in Beedrill just for fun and whatnot. But Beedrill is still good, you know. In general, Noctowl is also good against like bug Pokemon like Beedrill, you know, obviously. But yeah, so those three Pokemon, definitely using them quite a bit. We try other Pokemon occasionally, like Beedrill or like Alolan Raichu, but yeah, I just use those three Pokemon all the time. So we will be trying out other Pokemon as well, but I just feel like these are the Pokemon that I'm going to have to go with, you know. But we'll see. Anyway, we do go ahead and pick up game 2, so a fun game. For this one, she's going to lead with that Lantern, and I'm going to lead with Fortress, just trying out Fortress as well. I do think Fortress is good. I'm going to get rid of that Heavy Slam for Earthquake, probably, although I haven't done it yet. But we do go ahead and get off Rock Tomb, which is going to be met with a shield, and then she'll be able to knock us out with Water Gun. But she is incredibly weak, I guess, that Lantern. So, not really a good position, just because, obviously, Lantern can counter us and whatnot, but that's okay. We do fire off a Body Slam, and just trying to get off another Body Slam. We're going to go ahead and block this one so we can get off another one, although I believe we would have survived. However, I do just finish it off with counters just to save up a bunch of energy. And now Noctowl comes in, we fire off a Body Slam. Unfortunately, we don't have that Lantern with us, so it's not really looking too good because that Noctowl is just going to be able to knock out Vigoroth, and then our final Pokemon is Lantern. We actually do have Lantern, excuse me. I don't know what I was trying to say. I thought I had something else in the back. I thought I had Noctowl with me, but we actually do have the Lantern, so excuse me for that. But anyway, she gets off a Thunderbolt, which will do a good amount of damage to us, and I was trying to hopefully be able to finish it off with Water Gun. I could have went for that Thunderbolt, but I decided not to. Trying to finish it off with Water Gun, not able to happen, so she does go ahead and take that one. So good game. But we have another match beginning with Vigoroth, and she does begin with Noctowl. You know, I mean, other Pokemon are good, like Heracross, which I do have on my team, and other Pokemon like that. But again, it's just these three Pokemon that I tend to bring with me all the time. You guys see it. You guys have seen these battles and whatnot. But yeah, anyway, firing off a body slam, which will not knock out Noctowl. I actually thought that did knock it out, but then we get hit with a Sky Attack, so she's going to go ahead and bring in that Executor, which will finish our Vigoroth off, and then now we bring in Noctowl, which is just going to go to town on that Executor because it's super effective. So we'll fire off a Sky Attack and be met with a shield, so we're going to go ahead and block this Psychic. It could have been Seed Bomb, but it happens to be Psychic, so we did call that correctly. And then, yeah, her final Pokemon is going to be that Vigoroth. We get off a Sky Attack, which will be met with a shield, and of course we're going to switch into Lantern. And she gets off a Bulldoze. I was hoping it wasn't Bulldoze, I was hoping it was Body Slam, but no, she does hit the Bulldoze. But that's okay because we still are in a really good position. We actually do not knock out Vigoroth, but she knocks us out, and then Noctowl comes in, and because of how weak it is, we do go ahead and knock that Pokemon out. So we do go ahead and take that one. So, really good game, really good game. So, for the next one, we're using Alolan Graveler this time. She does call our lead correctly, or at least she leads better than us. So we switch into Vigoroth. We're going to have to get that Graveler out ASAP, and then we charge up enough for Bulldoze. I'm going to try and bluff with the Body Slam, which actually helps us out. It does work, and unfortunately she switches before we can get off that Bulldoze. So nice switch on her end, but we are able to fire off 2 consecutive Body Slams, so definitely good for us. We do take her shield, so in an okay position even though we didn't have the greatest lead. Our Vigoroth is knocked out, and of course we're going to have to bring in well, I do go ahead and bring in my Alolan Graveler. I was going to go ahead and bring in Noctowl, but I decided not to because I knew that Lantern would come in, so I knew we weren't in like a great position at this point. But anyway, she does get off Thunderbolt. We let that go through. We bring in Noctowl to finish off Lantern, and then the final Pokemon is going to be that Vigoroth. So it could go either way at this point. We get off a Sky Attack, and now she's able to get off a Body Slam, which will be met with a shield because we do have one available. And she actually is able to get off another Body Slam, so that's came really close, but we do fire off our Sky Attack, and that will knock it out. So, yeah, so we do go ahead and win that one. So, yeah, another nice game. Another nice game. So we're going to go ahead and jump into another battle. We did quite a few battles last night. I don't know how long this video is. I don't think it's super long. But anyway, we do begin with Beedrill, and she'll begin with that Vigoroth. We take the Body Slam. Unfortunately, we're not able to take another Body Slam should she get to one, but we fire off an X-Scissor, which she does take, and unfortunately, she is able to hit us with Body Slam before we can get off an X-Scissor, which will force our shield because I knew I could get to an X-Scissor and either take a shield or knock out that Vigoroth. So we do take a shield, and unfortunately, I decided not to block that, so we do get knocked out. But we bring in Vigoroth against Heracross, so we're going to have to switch right away, and then she switches, so really not a good position for us. I try to go for the Psychic, hoping to do as much damage as possible. She lets it go through, but that's still not a lot of damage. I take this hit because I knew Noctowl couldn't do much. I knew it was basically over at this point. We do go for that Body Slam, hoping to catch the last shield, which doesn't happen, but that's okay because we're able to finish it off with counter, but she still has a shield and a Heracross, and I have like 2 HP left, so not looking very good for us. So Heracross is able to beat us in that one. So good game, good game. But for the next one, we do begin with Lantern against Noctowl. So we get the lead on this one. She's going to have to switch out into her own Lantern. So I decided to stay in because I have more energy and we're able to fire off Thunderbolts first. Pulling the switch right now into Vigoroth, and then she's going to go ahead and get off that Hydro Pump, which I was actually expecting Thunderbolt, but it was Hydro Pump. So we're going to go ahead and block that. We get off a Bulldoze, and that's going to knock out Lantern. I didn't think she would use her last shield, probably not wanting to risk a Body Slam, but no, we do actually go ahead and knock it out with Bulldoze, so that was a good call on our end, so I'll definitely take that. And right now that Vigoroth is about half health, but it does have Body Slams ready to go, so it does hit us with Body Slam, and then we get off a Sky Attack right now, which will be able to knock out that Vigoroth, and then in comes her Noctowl. So we pull the switch into Lantern. We could take this, we could take Nightshade, we could take Sky Attack, even Psychic, right? So we'll go ahead and take it, and then we just fire off a Thunderbolt, which will knock out Noctowl. So, yeah. Good game, good game. All these games are good. You know, all the games I have are good. You know, whether or not I win, lose, doesn't matter. All the games are good. But for the next one, her Fortress, her Shiny Fortress against my Vigoroth, and then we're just going to town on it with Counter is getting off a bulldoze right now. She's going to take it. Doesn't really do that much, to be honest. Really not. But we're going to go ahead and block this Earthquake because I wanted my Vigoroth to hang out with me for a little bit longer. So we finish it off with Counter, and then she brings in her Lantern, which will be met with a shield. I was hoping she wouldn't block that, but she actually does go ahead and block it. But we still get off a Body Slam, so at least we're still doing damage to it, right? More than half of its health taken away. So that's not bad. A little bit of lag. I don't think it really mattered, but that's okay. Either way, it's just practice anyway. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and take this Thunderbolt, which is going to do a good amount of damage. And then we're actually going to be hit with another Thunderbolt, so I am going to go ahead and block that, and then we fire off our own Thunderbolt, which will knock out that Lantern, but she's up a shield, so that's something to keep in mind. Even though she's down a Pokemon, she's up a shield, but this Thunderbolt is going to force that shield, which it does happen, and then our final Pokemon is that Noctowl. Now, I know she has Body Slams stacked up, basically, at least 2, so she does hit us with a good amount of Body Slams, and then she actually gets to another one, so really good on her end, and she actually finishes us off, so that was really nicely played on her part, but yeah, she does manage to finish us off. But good game, good game. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and jump into the next match. She begins with Lantern, and I do begin with my Alolan Raichu. Getting off a Wild Charge. Now, she does block it, which is good. We'll take the shield, definitely. And then we actually get off another Wild Charge before she could get off any of her moves, and she does block that as well. So we do take both shields, so I'll definitely take that. We're down in Pokemon, but we do take both of her shields. We're going to pull the switch once she pulls the switch into Heracross, and I'm going to go ahead and block this. It is Mega Horn, which is what I thought it might have been, but I didn't want to take any chances. But Noctowl does knock out Heracross, so we're up a shield, tied with Pokemon. We have a charge move ready to go. But now we're actually even on shields because we're definitely going to go ahead and block that. Getting off a Psychic to boot, so that's good. We'll be hit with this Thunderbolt, which will knock us out, but that's okay. Finishing off that Lantern with Vigoroth Counter, and then now we have, another Vigoroth, or a Vigoroth to go up against, but we could fire off back-to-back Body Slams and then finish it off with Counter. And yeah, that's going to be it for this one, guys. I will see you in the next video. Have a good day. Bye. Thank you so much for watching my latest video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter. If you like this video, click on one of the links to check out another one of my videos that you'll probably enjoy.